Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Suk and I make videos all about helping you to lead a healthier and more fulfilled lifestyle. Today's video is all about self-perception. The way that you see yourself ultimately shapes your confidence and your self-esteem. High confidence and low confidence are just the opposite sides of the self-esteem spectrum. We all vary on this spectrum based on our own beliefs about ourselves. Our life experiences can also shape where we sit on this scale and how we see ourselves. However, sometimes it's a chicken and egg situation because your confidence and your self-esteem ultimately dictates the life experiences that you might have, and the life experiences that you do have can also shape your self-esteem and confidence. And I'll talk a little bit about how both of these interact and relate to each other. It's important to understand both self-esteem and confidence and how they relate and interact with each other and how they impact your life. In this video, I'll talk a little bit about how you can build your confidence and grow your self-esteem. Healthy self-esteem is rooted in your ability to see yourself in a positive light, regardless of the circumstance or situation you're in. Depending on your self-esteem, you might respond to the same situation very differently compared to somebody else. For example, healthy self-esteem allows you to accept yourself, recognize your strengths, and show up as your best self in social settings. On the other hand, low self-esteem can lead to low confidence, social anxiety, and even things like a negative self-perception. On the other hand, self-confidence is all about how you show up in certain areas of your life. In some areas of your life, you may feel very capable and experienced, and in other areas of your life, you may feel the complete opposite. I like to view confidence as a muscle. It's something that you can continue to grow and build through experience, practice, and evidence. When you have high self-confidence, it allows you to persevere through life's challenges and to see your own potential, as well as to try new things and adopt new experiences. Low confidence manifests as you almost avoiding your life and avoiding new challenges, avoiding trying new things due to self-doubt and reluctance, and you almost become a critic towards trying new things, and you have a lot of judgment about yourself, your achievements, and your failures. The relationship between self-esteem and confidence is very intertwined. If you have high self-esteem, you're most likely to have high confidence, and vice versa. The best thing about self-esteem is that you can improve it through trying new things, taking yourself out of your comfort zone, and really finding evidence in your life that shows you your capabilities, and it improves your self-perception so that you can build confidence and you can continue to grow in a positive way. Now let's talk about how you can improve your self-esteem and ultimately your confidence. One of the biggest things that influence our own self-image and self-esteem is how we talk to ourselves. The first thing that you can do is to reduce your negative self-talk and really improve your own conversations with yourself. It's imperative to understand in what situations you may find yourself with negative self-talk and where your inner critic actually might be the loudest. When your self-esteem is low, your inner critic is very loud. Your inner critic is always around you and it's always talking you out of trying new things and trying new experiences. One of the biggest things to remember about negative self-talk, that it can be something that is actually influenced by external environments. One way to silence and reduce your inner critic is to remind yourself that the inner critic isn't who you are and it's only a part of you, which you may have picked up through society, through other people's opinions of what you're doing, and through the things that you have seen on social media and in the environments that you've already been in. You have to remember that your inner critic is everyone and everything but you and yourself. It's not who you actually are. Your inner critic becomes loud and it becomes a prominent voice in your head when you lack self-love and you lack that confidence. At the root of self-love is really having a positive view of who you are and what you're actually worthy of. One way to slowly improve your self-esteem and to reduce your inner critic is through increasing the volume of your self-love and reminding yourself that you are, number one, loved, and number two, that you're worthy of the things that you want in your life and you want to actually achieve. It's super important to change the way you view yourself and the way that you talk to yourself, because ultimately it will manifest into the things that you allow in your life and the experiences that you have. The way that you feel about yourself will be reflected in your career and your relationships and overall in all aspects of your life. One of my favorite quotes is, "You accept the love that you deserve," because ultimately, if you believe that you are loved and you're worthy of the best things in life, that will slowly manifest through the decisions that you make and the way that you show up for yourself on a regular basis. When you begin to silence your inner critic and improve your self-love, you will ultimately choose better and healthier and more positive relationships, career environments, and overall actions in your life will be showing you that you are worthy and you are deserving of a positive and more healthier lifestyle. When you do decide to silence your inner critic and to improve your self-love, you'll find that the actions that you start to take and the behaviors that you exhibit will really reflect your self-love, and it will reflect how you feel about yourself. You'll start to choose environments that are healthy for you and that uplift you and that allow you to grow. You'll find yourself in environments that shape you to be a better person, that allow you to be yourself comfortably, and that bring out you in the most positive and best light. Your inner critic really does reflect your self-doubt and your lack of confidence in yourself and your abilities. Once you begin to silence that inner critic and become a encouraging and positive voice in yourself, you will start to show up for yourself in better ways, and you'll find that you have more grit, more perseverance, and you're able to take life head on. That brings me on to the second point, which is to become your own best friend. This means that you must start to show up for yourself in a way that you can encourage yourself, you're compassionate towards your failures and things that haven't worked out, and ultimately you're an encouraging and positive force in your own life. It's so important that we surround ourselves with those that are optimistic and they approach life in a curious and non-judgmental way. Once you start to treat yourself as your own best friend and you're somebody that is encouraging and positive and compassionate towards yourself, you'll find that you're also able to surround yourself with the same people that are compassionate and that are encouraging and that go towards life in a positive way. Good friends don't compare your life with theirs, and that's really the way that you should be treating yourself. It's really important that as your own best friend, you don't compare yourself to the life of others and that you focus on who you are and your own personal journey. It's so important that you take time to forgive yourself for any past mistakes, that you show up for yourself in a compassionate way so that you can move forward into a version of yourself that is patient with yourself and that is understanding. You're the only person that knows everything about you, and you have to make sure that you're somebody that loves yourself and all of the decisions that you've made up until today. It's really important that you're not judgmental of yourself and your own actions and behaviours. Judgment typically comes when we are inexperienced and we don't really have a good understanding of how things work in reality and what's actually possible. It's so important to be your best friend when you're failing or when things aren't really working out as you planned. It's really important that you don't start to show up for yourself in a judgmental way where you add pressure and you increase your inner self-critic. Remember that you'll be spending your entire life with yourself, so it's really important that you are somebody that is taking care of your own well-being, both physical and mental. Taking care of yourself is the ultimate form of self-love, as it really shows you that you are somebody that is worthy of being taken care of, having good relationships, and being in environments that allow you to grow and allow you to become the best version of yourself. No one is coming to save you and to change your life for the better. You have to be your own best friend and show up to improve your life and to make things happen every single day, just as a best friend would. Now let's talk about how you can improve your confidence, and this is through stepping outside of your comfort zone. Deep down, we all have something that we really want to achieve and make happen in our life, but we make excuses on a daily basis and avoid the actions that we need to take to make the changes and to change our life for the better. Whenever you have the thought that you want to try something new and you want to adopt a new habit, you want a new hobby, and you find yourself talking yourself out of trying that thing and actually taking the action towards it, in that moment, you are holding yourself back and potentially self-sabotaging yourself into actually achieving anything. Sometimes all it takes is a small action in the right direction to show yourself what you're capable of and to show yourself that you can do hard things and that you can do the things that you put your mind to. When you are on your improvement journey and you are trying to make the changes, that's really when your inner critic will show up. And what you have to remember is that it's a reflection of the current self-doubt you have, and it's the current habit that you have of self-sabotaging because you're worried about the success, you might be worried about the change, and you might be worried about even the potential failures that might lie ahead. What taking action towards your goals actually does is it allows you to build a bank of evidence to show you what you're capable of and what you've actually achieved. It's so important to remember that confidence is actually built upon taking action, practicing, and building that evidence to show you what you're capable of. The more that you start to do in your life and the more that you start to change, the more you will actually show yourself that things are easier than you imagined and that you are somebody that is capable and are somebody that is worthy of making the changes and trying new things and creating the life that you actually want. When we have a high self-esteem and high confidence, we realize that we really want to be in spaces where we can grow. We want to be in spaces that encourage who we actually are and that we're worthy of trying new experiences, we're worthy of success, and that failure isn't such a bad thing and it's not a reflection of our self-worth. One of the biggest things that I want you to take away from this video is that having high self-esteem and building confidence in your abilities is so important for the trajectory of your life. Building your self-esteem and your own image about yourself is the ultimate way to build your confidence, and it allows you to step towards the life that you want to create. And with each step that you take and each piece of evidence you gather about who you are and what you're capable of allows you to build confidence, and it allows you to create the life that you desire and ultimately the life that you deserve. There are so many things in your life that you might actually be doing because you have low self-worth and you're not really confident in who you are and who you can be. Inexperience and the lack of action really do lead to low self-esteem and low confidence in our own ability. The best part of improving your self-esteem and building confidence is that you can do it in any area of your life. If there is something in your life that you've been meaning to try and you've always talked yourself out of it, then you have to remember that if you believe that you can do something and you take the right actions towards it, you'll allow yourself to visualize yourself in that light and to actually experience that thing in reality so that you can try it and show yourself evidence that you're able to achieve that thing and you're able to change your life in the way that you actually want. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Self-esteem and confidence are topics that are really important to me personally because I'm so aware of how they can impact the long-term trajectory of your life. So if you'd like me to expand on anything that I've mentioned in the video, then leave me a comment below, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, then subscribe to my channel and like this video for more of the same. If you do have examples of where you have improved your self-esteem and where you have grown in confidence in any area of your life, then leave me a comment below and let me know what changes you've made and how they've worked out for you. Until next time, I hope to see you in my next video, and thank you so much for watching.